covering every county. This is your statewide newscast. Arkansas Today.
Several flash flood warnings in Arkansas and across the state as there are many sections of highways closed, including some interstates, as the heavy rainfall hits Arkansas. A big story we're covering this afternoon. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for Arkansas Today. I'm Mallory Brooks. Joining us now, meteorologist Pat Walker, covering all of the flooding that happened this morning as the rain continues to come down. How much more could we see at this point, Pat?
It still looks like in some parts of South Arkansas, we still may get 2 to 3 inches more of rain than what's already occurred. All of this, of course, is still part of Barry, now post-tropical cyclone Barry. What does that mean? Well, it no longer is a tropical storm nor a depression. It's losing its tropical characteristics. It's an area of low pressure, a strong one. In Missouri, nearly moving into Illinois now, but one of those outer bands, just like what we saw yesterday in Louisiana. We had that set up right around midnight in South Arkansas. It's still continuing to have heavy rainfall, although while it is pouring in places, we're not seeing maybe as intense rainfall as we did have earlier. Still flood watches, flash flood watches from southwest to central to northeast Arkansas through this afternoon, some as late as 7 p.m. this evening. And of course, flash flood warnings still from the Oklahoma state line to south central Arkansas all the way over to nearly Mississippi into east Arkansas into the Delta regions. We'll talk more about these flash flood warnings coming up, but I want you to see this. Radar estimated rainfall totals in Clark, Pike, Hempstead, Nevada, Howard counties. We're seeing those shades of blue there. Anywhere from 10 inches to a foot, and even these shades here in Howard County, this is over a foot of rainfall near Dirks. Radar estimated rainfall totals there, so highly impressive rainfall totals. And then to east and southeast Arkansas to the Grand Prairie, we're seeing locations seeing upwards to around 6 inches of rainfall there. So the rain is still falling in South Arkansas, where it mainly has been all morning long. It will weaken and lessen up this afternoon, but we still have a few more hours to go of that. Mallory?
Thank you. Several roads are underwater in Nashville and Center Point in Howard County. Radar showing the area received 6 to 8 inches of rain. The Howard County Sheriff's Office initially considered evacuating the jail, but decided against it after reevaluating. Prisoners and staff are still inside the facility. There was major flooding along Highway 171 from Nashville to Prescott. According to iDrive Arkansas, Highway 371 is shut down along Interstate 30. High water is covering that outside lane near Prescott as well. Jenna Jordan joins us live from Nashville, Arkansas with the latest on flooding in that area. Jenna.
Yeah, as you can see behind me, this area outside the Nashville City Hall looks more like a lake. Water levels are starting to quickly recede now that there's a break in the rainfall. You can see behind me those silver electrical boxes. That shows just how high the water level actually was. Officials say it was 5 feet deep at its steepest point. Several vehicles are left abandoned in the roadways. Emergency crews had to use swift water rescue boats earlier to rescue drivers from those vehicles. The mayor of Nashville says this is the worst flooding he's seen in the city in 50 years. Right now, folks are just thankful for a break in the rainfall before more storms are expected in the forecast this afternoon. Live in Nashville, I'm Jenna Jordan. Back to you.
Jenna, thank you. Another hard-hit area this morning, Clark County and Arkadelphia. That's where we find our own Tyler Thomason live. And Tyler, it looks like it's still coming down out there.
Good afternoon. Yeah, we're coming to you live from Highway 67, right on the line of Arkadelphia here in Clark County. This is near the Clark County Fairgrounds. As you can see, rain is still coming down in areas where rain and flooding have caused quite a few problems for this area. Earlier this morning, a lot of business owners I spoke to in the area say they came into their shops with about 6 inches of water on the ground. I also spoke to firefighters and the city manager who said the city of Arkadelphia is also under a boil water notice. So that's also causing some problems for people in the Arkadelphia and Clark County areas. There is a church that we just found out in the city of Arkadelphia that has opened up their showers and bathrooms to people who need them. It is Park Hill Baptist Church on Hollywood Road. So if you're in the Arkadelphia area or have some family down here looking for somewhere to take a shower, get some water, you can go to the church there, who is passing out bottles of water for people to take advantage of that. But again, as you can see, the rain is still coming down here in Arkadelphia, where they got several inches of rain in just a span of a few hours overnight. So a lot of businesses are still cleaning up, and a lot of people, you can see, had fans out in their shops and shop vacuums trying to get that water out. So we're going to stay in the area, continue to monitor these situations, and bring you more throughout the day. Live in Arkadelphia for Arkansas Today, I'm Tyler Thomason. We'll send it back to you.
Tyler, thank you. The downpours this morning in Clark County, where he is, hit the Humane Society hard. The inside of the facility was severely damaged, and they unfortunately lost one puppy due to the high water.
There was chest-deep water. They waded out and floated dogs in a tub. I mean, it's terrible.
Many volunteers have been helping to get the majority of the animals out to shelter homes. We will continue to follow this story as flash flooding impacts Arkansas today. The U.S. House may vote today to condemn President Trump's attacks on 4 freshman members of Congress. The self-styled squad collectively calling out President Trump on Monday on his Sunday tweets. House Democrats overnight drafting a resolution condemning the president's words.
I have not made impeachment central to my election or my tenure. But since the day that I'd gotten elected, I'd said to people, it is not if he will be impeached, but when. So it is time for us to stop allowing this president to make a mockery out of our Constitution. It's time for us to impeach this president.
The House Republican leader says President Trump's Sunday tweets aimed at 4 Democratic women lawmakers are not racist. Instead, Kevin McCarthy says there's an ideological battle happening in the House with the Democratic goal of impeaching the president. And he paints the explosive controversy over the president's Go Back tweet as a tool by Democrats to advance an agenda he labels socialist. One House Republican leader after another said their differences with Democrats are over philosophy, not race, religion, or gender.
Our opposition to our socialist colleagues has absolutely nothing to do with their gender, with their religion, or with their race. It has to do with the content of their policies.
Just yesterday, here at this very microphone, you saw some of my colleagues say false and misleading things from this microphone. You see Omar continue to use terms like people drinking out of toilets. It's not happening in any of those detention facilities. She voted, by the way, against the very funding to help our government provide humanitarian relief for those families that are coming.
McCarthy says he will vote against a House resolution of disapproval aimed at President Trump's words, claiming Democrats have overlooked a series of objectionable statements by their members, especially concerning Israel. Well, let's look back at this day in history. 20 years ago today, John F. Kennedy Jr. died in a plane crash. 38-year-old Kennedy was piloting a private single-engine plane when it crashed into the Atlantic Ocean. On board was his wife, Carolyn Bessette, and her sister, Lauren. All 3 perished en route to a family wedding on Cape Cod. The flight originated in New Jersey and was destined for Martha's Vineyard. John Jr. was son to the 35th president of the U.S., John F. Kennedy, and mother Jacqueline. His sister Caroline is the only surviving child at 61 years old. And on this day in 1969, Apollo 11 lifts off from Kennedy Space Center, Florida, on the first manned mission to the surface of the moon.